Okay, again, it's my pleasure. I'm from Monash University again. We have Abdul Qawi Noori, excuse my pronunciation.
Fine.
But we also have the other author in the room, Mao Lee. So thank you both for being here. And Abdul is going to present this research on exploring the nexus of attitude, contextual factors, and AI utilization intentions are PLSSEM, PLESM analysis among primary mathematics teacher in China. So thank you, Abdul. I'll pass over to you now.
No worries. First of all, I would like to take this opportunity to thank for giving me this opportunity to present my research. So our research explored the attitudes, contextual factors, and AI utilization among primary mathematics teachers in China. So here I have my brother, Mali. He's also a PhD student here in Monash, and he's at the year of graduation. Uh, Now I'd like to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land which I'm presenting today and pay our respects to their elders, past, present, and emerging. This is an outline of our presentation. Artificial intelligence is revolutionizing education, especially in primary mathematics education, by enabling personalized learning experiences. AI allows the students to progress at their own pace and focus on areas needing improvement. Tools like adaptive learning platforms and visual tutors provide real-time feedback, enhancing engagement and understanding. However, the adoption of AI in classroom heavily depends on teachers' attitude, which are shaped by the perception of ease and usefulness of AI, and supportive learning environment significantly impact teachers' willingness to integrate AI into their teaching practices. Additionally, contextual factors such as institutional support, availability of resources, and cultural attitudes play a critical role in influencing AI adoption. For example, professional development programs and leadership supports and access to AI resources empower teachers to effectively use AI in education. Our study has got two research objectives. The first one is to evaluate the validity and reliability of the instrument used in this study, and to explore the relationship between contextual factors, primary mathematics teachers' attitudes towards AI, and the intention to use AI in their teaching. This study employed technology acceptance model proposed by Davis in 1989. Technology acceptance model explains how users can and accept to use technology in education or in other areas. This model highlights key constructs that influence behavioral intention towards technology adoption. And external factors, variables include factors like institutional support, training, and availability of resources, which indirectly influence the adoption process. Perceived usefulness, this refers to the degree to which teachers believe that using AI will enhance their teaching and learning practices effectively. For example, AI tools that provide personalized feedback and adaptive learning environment directly impacts the perception. Perceived use of teachers' use of AI. This reflects how effective teachers feel and try to use AI tools in their teaching. A user-friendly interface or adequate training can improve this perception. Attitudes towards using AI, both usefulness and ease of use shape teachers' attitude towards adoption of AI. A positive attitude encourages teachers into teaching practices. Behavioral intention to use AI in the classroom is likely to adopt AI tools driven by teachers' attitudes and perceptions. actual systems use is the final stage that reflects the actual integration and use of AI in the classroom. This framework is particularly relevant to our study because it explored the adoption of AI in primary mathematics teachers and allowed investigation of how attitudes and contextual factors shape teachers' behavior and intention to use AI in the education context. This study employed a quantitative research design and stratified random sampling was used to select teachers, and the number of teachers were 475 teachers who responded to the survey questionnaire. The questionnaire had different variables like contextual factors and like resources, availability, and institutional support, and teachers' attitude and perceived use of AI and integration of AI in the education. The participants were from different backgrounds, like gender, teaching grades, and also teaching experiences. And these kinds of diversity among teachers somehow help with the generalizability of the findings to provide a broader perspective into AI adoption in primary mathematics education. This study surveyed a total of 475 teachers, as we see in the table, the demographic information of the participants. Most of the participants were male, female, around 80, and around 20 were male teachers. We have students participated in this study from different teaching grades, from class 1 to grade 1 to grade 6. And we have also teachers who have different levels of experience from 0 to 5 is one range, but the other is from 6 to 10, 11 to 15, and about 15 or 15 and over. So we see somehow the participation in this study come from different demographic information of the participants. To ensure the reliability and validity of the construct used in this study, we conducted reliability analysis to show the reliability and validity of the instrument. Cronbach alpha values for all constructs is more than the acceptable value of 0.7. And it shows the higher reliability of our construct. Composite reliability shows all variables value more than 0.7, which is an acceptable value. And also convergent validity shows they exceed more than 0.5, which is an acceptable value. This one shows the relationship between different factors like contextual factors, intention to use AI, and attitude of teachers towards the use of AI. It shows contextual factors had a strong direct relationship on attitudes, and a moderate effect on teachers' intention to use AI, which also significantly impacted attitudes towards use of AI. This slide represents the hypothesis. We have the three hypotheses. The first one is attitudes of teachers positively influence teachers' intention to use AI, and contextual factors positively influence teachers' attitudes towards use of AI, and contextual factors have direct positive effects on teachers' use of AI. And all the hypotheses were accepted and shows direct relationship. So if we see different factors influence teachers' intention to use AI in the education context, and I just want to conclude the presentation because I'm running a bit out of time. So I'm just concluding the findings. and it's just a conclusion. This study will contribute to the academic literature and advances understanding of how different factors influence adoption of AI and AI integration in education context. By applying the technology acceptance model, it provides emphasis on evidence and supporting the model's applicability in education research. It has some policy recommendations as well. It ensures that equitable resources location to create a supportive infrastructure of AI in the classrooms. And practical implication was somehow teachers required to customize professional development programs and address the needs of students as well, and advocate for inclusive education environments. Yeah, that's the end of my presentation. Sorry for the problem and inconvenience happened, and I'm at the end of my presentation. Thank you.
No problem at all, Abdul. Thank you. Thank you so much. So again, I invite everybody to connect with Abdul and Mal Lee, who was the other author at Monash as well on our Padlet. So Abdul, please do put your contacts on our Padlet. I did actually have a question for you because we do have a couple of minutes if you're able.
Yep.
I was sent a direct question asking about how you thought your findings might differ if they were conducted in another country or another cultural context besides China.
Yeah, in quantitative, usually in the quantitative research, we have more chance to generalize our findings to other research areas or other research like contexts. And we see combat outcome test of reliability when we conduct these tests. I mean, when we conduct a study in one part of the world or one geographical area, it is contextualized and it might come with similar results in a different context. And somehow when we develop a questionnaire, we develop based on the context because we somehow change some parts of the questionnaire. And if we, for example, develop this one in a country with different resources, with different contexts, we somehow amend some parts of the questionnaire to make it applicable to the new context. Yeah, and somehow the random sampling, it has more chance of generalizability. We can generalize the findings to the broader context in the quantitative research. But in the qualitative research, somehow the findings for generalization is a little bit limited compared to quantitative research.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? Yeah, no, thanks for clarifying that. The increased generalizability in the quant research. So yeah, that's fantastic. Once again, we thank you for your expertise and your introducing your research to us, and thank you so much for being here.